What it up? I need to turn this light off so I don't look completely. This light makes the lighting look weird. It makes the lighting look weird. There you go. It's better now. Let's see. Go here. Do. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. Excuse me. Yeah, I figured. Let me see this. Go to my desktop. Do. How's it going? Hi, Gracie. Going good. Hold up. We got some juicy drama to go over tonight. Some juicy drama. Logan Paul is suing CoffeeZilla. After he said he wouldn't. He said, at first he said, yeah, I'm gonna sue him. And then he was like, no, I won't sue him. So it's really confused. He's sending mixed signals here, to be honest. Yeah. It's wild. Hold on, let's listen to I want to listen to CoffeeZilla, so I'm gonna give it a little bit. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let this marinate. Let it settle in. Oof. And it's wild too. Should I just go over the entire drama behind it? Here, I'll just do the rundown of the drama before we get into the video. So, Logan Paul, when NFTs were a big thing... No, I did not. I did not see that. That's crazy. How can I look at that? How can I look at that? Let me go to my creator dashboard. Because I've seen it before. Hold up. We need to show this. We need to show this. We need to show this incel. Hold up. What the shit? This incel needs to be put on blast. What the shit? This incel. Look at this incel. Look at this incel. First of all, it's so weird. It is so weird for, first of all, it's weird for someone saying, suck my dick, pussy, fuck them people, dumbass. When talking about trans people, you're weird. You are weird, and you are in the wrong. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think, clearly, you have not got enough love in your life. And I pity the people around you for having to be with you. Because then, after you go into my live stream, which, you know, I'm just a normal guy. I'm just over here trying to be a decent person, and I just ask other people to be a decent person. And I ban you because you are being a hateful bigot. And then, in your unban request, you're saying, flip your girlfriend. I'ma find her grandma, too, including her mother. Like, what, bro? Look, I am a 2-viewer streamer, max, like, usually. I am not big at all. You come into a 2-viewer streamer and then you threaten me because I think trans people have rights and should be viewed as human beings. You are so weird. You are weird. You are weird. You're so fucking goofy. So goofy. You are weird. Like, what are you doing, little bro? What are you doing? Here, hold up. Let me load previous. What are you doing? You seemed normal at first, and then you just spewed some hateful shit. And now you dog me and you dog my girlfriend and threaten her in the messages? Okay, bro. Okay. Look, I'm just deny you. I'm not even gonna write anything. Maybe should I write something? Nah. You just want attention. You were literally just attention seeking. Just goodbye. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to see your face again. You just want attention. You were literally just attention seeking. This fucking weirdo. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to see your face again. Hey, bro. What are we doing here? So weird. What are we doing here? Like, bro, why are you coming into my stream? I'm not even big. Why are you coming to my stream and then threaten my loved one like that? For no reason. For me having the nerve, the unmitigated gall to say trans people are human beings and deserve rights. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, back to the CoffeeZilla. Back to the CoffeeZilla drama. Okay, so it all started when Logan Paul made this. He wanted to cash in on the NFT and crypto, on the NFT and crypto, the NFT and crypto market. So, what he did was he said, I'm gonna make an app that's kind of like Pokemon, because this was when Pokemon was like super super big and he got this Charizard, so he's like, I'm gonna cash in on that market too, and I'm gonna make this app that involves cryptocurrency, NFTs, and it's going to have its own market, it's going to be like self-sustaining, it's going to be amazing and all of that. He never made it. And he was over here just like, well, I was going to make it, but then I got scammed from this other person who did scam him, and he did scam him. And so, but because of that, he was like, I'm going to take him to court, and this is all within the span of years, and this was with no update. He had no update to his paying members, to his paying the people that invested into this app, because they really thought this app could do well. He had no update in that Discord over the years this was taking place. And this was taking place years. He could have let them know that this person that he was involved with in making this app was shady, and that he was suing them, and that he was trying to get this person, get this money back from this person. But he still didn't do that. So CoffeeZilla called him out on that and said, you should pay them back their money, because this is not going to happen. This app is just not going to be made. And Logan Paul initially said, you know what, I'm going to sue you for defamation. And then after the backlash, he was like, well, never mind. You're right. I'm suing this guy, and I'm also suing this other guy too. So I'm just going to give the money back. You know, it's not that big of a deal. And so I thought that was over. I was like, okay, they're gonna get their money back. It's all good. Fast forward like 6-7 months, still hasn't given one penny back to the investors. Fast forward even more, CoffeeZilla called him out on it again, saying, you still haven't called him out. He's texting him personally, you still haven't paid them back. You still haven't paid them back. Where's this money? I know you have the money. We know you are rich. We know you have the money to spare. It's not a money problem. And guess what? He sued him again. And that's where we're at now, and let's see what CoffeeZilla has to say about it.
Is suing me for CryptoZoo only a year after he thanked me for it. Rather than pay back his victims fully, Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing him again. You see, only hours before this lawsuit was filed, I had reached out to Logan Paul about a new investigation into one of his companies, which has just been accused by the Canadian government.
Another company by Logan Paul is found out to be bad? Oh shit. There's another one. How many are there? Dear God. What the fuck? There's so many.
Of being a multi-layered.
It's almost like he's not a good person.
I obviously had questions.
But that's not possible. Logan Paul not a good person? I seen him in the WWE.
But before I was able to get answers,
he's not a champion anymore in WWE, by the way.
To silence me. We're going to talk about that.
He just lost his championship belt, like
lawsuit. I'm going to tell you how to support us if you want, because
what? Yesterday?
Think I need help. I was wrong. But before we get to my
Nah,
mistake,
I believe in Logan,
let's start with Logan.
I believe in the comeback arc. Let's do it, Logan.
This lawsuit is not about Logan Paul getting defamed. Instead, this is about him trying to dodge accountability, victims, and blame anyone but himself for his problems, especially me. This lawsuit says Logan Paul wants to hold me accountable for my actions. But what actions are those? Holding him accountable? It's ironic because his lawyers claim Logan has learned to believe in the importance of accountability. But accountability for who? Currently, Logan is fighting the victims of CryptoZoo in court, and now he's fighting the journalist who exposed him in the first place. Personally, I believe Logan has learned nothing from this except how to silence people with the law. But I won't be silenced because Logan's lawsuit
will not be
makes
silenced.
no sense. We're going to go through it
Solidarity.
because from the beginning, there's problems. Logan's 5 lawyers tried to discredit me as a journalist. They paint me as someone who wanted money. They say I had a false and malicious narrative. But you know who doesn't believe that? You know who secretly praises me behind the scenes?
This journalist, YouTuber, crypto uncoverer guy.
Crypto uncoverer.
Who's incredible, by the way. A very thorough.
Then why do you sue him? Why do you sue him?
Good-hearted, smart guy.
What is the problem? Did Logan not know about the lawsuit? Did he not know that he was suing CoffeeZilla? What is going on here? I am so confused. He was so great. He's such an amazing guy. I'm going to serve him. Yeah, he's like, look, I don't really believe that. I just get handed a script by the publicity managers, and then I just read it. I don't really understand. My reading comprehension level is not that good, so I don't really comprehend it, but I know how to read, so I can read it really well. But I don't really know what I'm saying when I say it.
A deep dive into this project that I attempted to make called Crypto Zoo.
That's right, it's Logan Paul. He's the biggest enemy of Logan Paul's defamation case. Who knew? Because defamation requires actual malice and a reckless disregard for the truth, but he just admitted on camera that I am thorough and good-hearted. Maybe that's why he wanted to remove that video from the internet, according to the YouTuber who released it.
The only issue that was ever communicated was remove this crypto stuff, remove this Crypto Zoo stuff. If Crypto Zoo is in there, if CoffeeZilla's in there, I'm not going to promote it.
Yeah, remove that Crypto Zoo stuff, that CoffeeZilla stuff. Doesn't look good when you compliment the guy you're trying to sue. Maybe that's why Logan isn't even suing me for my original investigation at all, despite most of this lawsuit being a ridiculous fanfic about how I took Logan out of context, that Logan was a victim, that I withheld text messages. Logan isn't suing me for any of the original investigation, though, because he knows he can't. Instead,
quick check. Has Logan responded to anyway? I want to see. If he's responded, I know he uses Twitter. LA Knight. Why is he suing this? Bro, why is he suing so many people? That's just a fake. That's a fake one. It's Twitter. It's a fake one. It's a fake one because this is the person he lost the fight. Yeah, he lost his title to this person. Tomorrow's guest. Just WWE stuff. Retweet a Prime. Guy at coffee shop, but not CoffeeZilla. Hey Logan, hello. Saw you lost your title. Yep, you got a black eye too. Sir, I haven't even had my coffee yet. Please leave me alone before I chokeslam you. He limited his comments. He's limiting his comments, but has he always limited his comments? Yeah, he's always limited his comments, but I don't know how far back this is gone on. Yeah, he just always limits his comments. Never mind. That's not a big deal. Not a big deal. False alarm. I'm a journalist. I love the Prime in hand. Gotta keep that advertisement in. Oh my god. I love how it's filmed to look like it's like... It's filmed to look like it's authentic and like in the moment. But he would not... I refuse to believe he just has a random thing. I know he probably has Prime all the time, but I refuse to believe he just has a Prime in his hand in clear view of the camera while the phone is going. Nah, that's just marketing. You know what? I respect that. Good shit. I respect that, honestly. That's smart. In my opinion, that men shouldn't be allowed to compete against women is transphobic. Little bro, I'm not even going to get into this again, but you've already gotten dunked on. He definitely does not drink Prime. I think he does drink Prime. I don't think he probably drinks it a lot, but I think he does drink Prime, unironically. Yeah, it's wild that this person gets all the hate, but the person that done this is like barely getting anything. He's barely gotten anything. He's gotten more hate from the crowd in Paris than he has about conservative and normal news outlets. He's gotten more hate from the crowd than any news outlet. Not just conservative, any news outlet, period. He's gotten more hate from the crowd there. And it's honestly depressing. Has IU gotten traded yet? No. Okay. Back to the video.
At the end of the lawsuit, we find what my defamation really is. I'm being sued for 2 videos and 1 tweet where I advocated for refunds. For the victims. Yes, you heard me right. Logan Paul sued me after I tried to get his fans, the CryptoZoo investors, a full refund.
Yeah.
Remember, there are 2 parts to CryptoZoo, the NFTs and the Zoo tokens, and Logan chose only to refund the NFTs, which is a minority of the losses, and I had a major...
Bro, so he said, I'm gonna refund them, but I'm gonna refund the least amount I can. I'm gonna refund them, but only just the bare minimum. I'm gonna just do the bare minimum.
Problem with that.
Honestly, you should refund them and then give them extra because, like, I don't know. You should just give them. You should give them extra for like the shit that they did, and they like followed you blindly. Pay them.
I told Logan this. I've stated over and over my opinion that it is disappointing for someone as rich as Logan to not make things fully right and instead only pay back a small part of the losses while fighting the rest of the victims in court. And it's those videos and tweet where I ask for refunds, which I'm being sued for. The first video in question is about Logan Paul not paying out refunds for 6 months. The second video was about Logan's partial refund, having a clause to make sure you couldn't sue him for the rest of your refund. And the tweet, I simply said, Logan's the type of guy to thank you for exposing his scam and block you when you remind him to pay up. I mean, yeah, now he's the type of guy to then sue you. Now, I'm sure Logan doesn't like it when I say things like Logan's victims or Logan's scam, but I have a question. If they're not Logan's victims, whose victims are they? Even Logan admits they are victims. He told me via text.
He's gonna say that they're the victims of like the main perpetrator that scammed Logan, but also they wouldn't have like invested if it wasn't for Logan because it had Logan's name on it. But I mean, I understand from Logan's perspective, like they're not my victims because I really was intending to do that. But I mean, I guess intent is a big thing, but it's like they still wouldn't have invested if it didn't have your name on it. So you still should be responsible to some extent for those damages because they wouldn't have done anything. They wouldn't have put in anything if it wasn't for you, and for you had to have if it wasn't for your name. And I just don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, it can't be that. It can't hurt his bottom line that much to just pay them back. I just don't understand it. Thank you. I just don't understand because you have plenty of the money. Just pay them back. And I think Logan, like optically at least, has gotten a lot better on a lot of things since his early days on YouTube. And I think that's a pretty normal statement. At least optically, I don't know what he's like in his personal life. Obviously, I don't know what he's like. I assume he's just a normal guy. But I just don't understand. Just pay them back. I know, like, look, I know if you pay them back, you'll be like, it makes you seem like you lost in some way. Be like, well, yeah, I guess that's a low bar. I guess that's a low bar to have. but I feel like I feel like just I feel like it's easier. I feel like it's just so easy just to pay them back. I don't understand what's so hard about that, because he has so much money. Just pay them back, and I feel like it wouldn't be all better, but I mean, you wouldn't have like this source of defamation, this source of like vitriol against you. But then he is admitting guilt. I mean, I guess in a roundabout way, but I don't think the majority of people would hold that against him. I feel like he looks more guilty by not paying them, to be honest.
Thought we had the same goal of helping victims instead of a divisive social media war. So he agrees people have been wronged by his game. You know, the thing that he said will earn you money.
It's a really fun game that makes you money.
So how are these not Logan
Which is a wild thing to say if the game wasn't even made yet. You can't say it's a really fun game that'll make you money if you haven't played it yet, in my opinion. But that's just a personal
he, of course,
opinion.
Would say it's his business partner's fault. But remember, Jake and Eddie have been out of the picture for years. And yet, CryptoZoo hasn't been released, despite Logan constantly promising it, and of course also threatening to sue me.
We're gonna handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
By the time this comes out, it'll be done. The game's gonna be made. You're gonna have the opportunity to get your money back if you want, if you don't want to play the game. And I'm gonna take care of the people who made me look like this was a scam perpetrated by me.
Right. Logan wants to sue me and release a finished CryptoZoo game, but he's only done one of those. Since Logan can't blame his partners, Jake and Eddie, for this, because they've been out of the picture, you think he'll take accountability for not launching CryptoZoo? No. This time, he blames the government.
It is such a wild game. It's such a massive undertaking, and I think he underestimates just how much work that would have to go into making that art. Which, I mean, if you want to do it good, like, have good art, but the art that he does have is just like, it's just basically just stock photos of animals, and then it's poorly photoshopped of like the animals together when you combine them. And I think in theory, without the crypto stuff, obviously, in theory, I would enjoy the game if it didn't have any of the crypto or NFT aspect of it, and if it's just like a gacha game, because it sounds just like a gacha game, to be honest. And you try to collect all the creatures, and then you combine the creatures to make hybrid creatures, or combine animals to make hybrid animals. I think it's a good game, like, in concept, like that I would enjoy. But the crypto aspect is yucky, first of all, because crypto is just a yucky scene. NFT is even a yuckier scene, and even ickier scene, in my opinion. And then you combine those two evils, and then you just don't deliver on the product, and he does what I do a lot of the time and overestimate himself. He overestimated the ability and the scope. He was like, I'm gonna do this big grand game, and then he was like, I think he underestimated the work that it would have to go into it. And then I think he's stubborn, and then just fails to admit that he fucked up, honestly.
He says releasing CryptoZoo has too many regulatory hurdles. Maybe they should have thought of that before multi-millions of dollars of zoo tokens and eggs were sold. And now Logan would rather blame the government than take accountability.
He shouldn't have been selling them before the game was even close to being done, to be honest. That's not a good idea.
If you let him keep talking, Logan might rant about internet reporters having too much responsibility.
These internet journalists, internet investigative reporters have way too much responsibility on their hands. That is being
way too much responsibility? I don't know how you can have... That's wild.
And wielded in a really inappropriate way.
But you see, you only think that because it's being used against you is being used against you. If it was being used for you, you'd be like, it's being used in a great way. in a very enlightening way. I can see why he's boys with Trump, because Trump does the same thing. He would do the same thing. This has been a horrible... I've been horribly wronged. I've been horribly wronged. This is horrible. I did nothing wrong.
It's funny to watch this guy whine about his problems, which you can barely hear over what sounds like a private jet. Which brings me to another problem Logan has. Part of any defamation case is damages, and proving someone has harmed your reputation. But isn't Logan richer than ever with Prime? And did he have a reputation to harm? His lawsuit shows comments calling Logan a scammer, possibly to suggest he's been hurt by my videos, but you have to have a reputation to lose one. And by the time of my reporting in question, Logan Paul was already accused of participating in multiple crypto pump and dump schemes. That article does not reference my work. So Logan had already had a reputation as a scammer before my investigation, at least if you believe their allegations. So this lawsuit from beginning to end is groundless, meritless, frivolous, and Logan knows that because behind the scenes, in clips he didn't want to get out, he's saying I'm thorough and good-hearted. But in public, he wants to sue me, silence me, and cost me money, because that's the one department where we both know he's got me beat. We might have facts, we might even have evidence, but he's got all the money and the lawyers. And this is where I have to get to my one embarrassing mistake in all of this. See, my defense against rich people like Logan Paul is media insurance, for frivolous lawsuits. So when I was sued, I immediately called my insurance company to file a claim.
Nice.
So I wouldn't have to pay for it. But they told me they're not going to pay. They're
Oh,
trying to
shit.
get out of covering us, using lawyers and fine print. It's a long story that I will be explaining on my second channel because insurance underwriting is very boring. But suffice to say, I got Dylan Danist. I may have even gotten scammed. I'm not quite sure. For now, the bottom line is
That's tough.
we have to fight Logan with our personal funds, which
That's
means
so sad.
I need to ask for your support. If you want to help,
Oh, you're
and
asking
are
for
able
our
to help,
support?
there are two ways to contribute to our fight against Logan Paul. One, you can join our Patreon, which supports the channel. Or you can buy exclusive merch at CoffeeZilla.store, where we just released the CoffeeZilla Defense Drop. That's right. Life hands you lawsuits. You get rejected by your insurance. Make
That's wild that their
So
insurance
here's the
rejected him. They really
These shirts
fucked
will
him.
be available for pre-order for only the next 14
That's like
days.
some
And
leverage type shit.
100%
That's
of
like the
profit
show
we make
Leverage.
from selling them
Like that's the
will
type
go
of
to
shit you
this
would see
lawsuit.
there
If for some
in the fucking movie. They're like, we won't give you the money to save your child. Same situation.
weird reason there's money left over, it will be dedicated to future legal costs for this channel. I just want to let you know they're available.
Why?
And it's a cool way to support the lawsuit while also getting something in return. I didn't want to just set up a GoFundMe. So if you want to do that, just know pre-orders take a few weeks to get done because we make them after you order. And remember, you have 14 days. And you can get that at CoffeeZilla.store. I'll link that below. It's CoffeeZilla.store.
Nice. I don't
All
wanna listen
Now we're going to
anymore.
shift gears and talk about the final Sue Me Now.
Go back. Part 3, lawsuit timing.
Why did Logan Paul sue me now? It's been over a year since he apologized and thanked me.
Thank you, CoffeeZilla. I am very
Why does
grateful
it go
for
in
your
every
work
that
and
time,
your
every time?
investigation. And I mean that. Thank you, bro.
Thank you,
It
bro.
might seem strange, but I've got some fun facts for you that may or may not be related. Did you know 6 days before the lawsuit, I had featured Logan Paul in a teaser for a video? Did you know 21 hours before the lawsuit, I had texted Logan for comment? Did you know I told him he had 24 hours to respond, and Logan sued me 3 hours before the deadline? Yep, that's right. Logan's lawyers then threatened me in that lawsuit email that if I report on this new story, Logan might hold me accountable. And Logan's definition of accountability
That's tough.
seems to mean...
Bro, how do you scam? How do you scam one time? You get caught with your hand in the cookie jar and then decide I'm a scam again. You know what? I got one more for you. How do you do that? How does that happen? How does that happen? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Ah! I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you scam, get called, and then be like, scam again? You know what? I didn't scam hard enough. Fuck it.
Which is why I believe this lawsuit was not designed to win, but to shut me up, to threaten me, using Logan's wealth and a federal court system without anti-slap to send a message. Do not tell that
I want to
story.
hear about the next
Of course,
about the
I don't
next
believe
scam.
that's the only reason I was sued. Clearly, Logan wanted to sue me for a while, but I believe this new investigation played a role in pulling the trigger. Maybe Logan's team will deny this. Maybe they'll say it's coincidence they sued 3 hours before a deadline. Maybe it's coincidence I announced
It
a
probably was.
story.
I know for sure it was a coincidence before they sued before 3 hours before a deadline. It most definitely was, because it takes a long ass time to make a lawsuit. It's most definitely a coincidence, but the timing is funny. Admittedly, it is funny.
About Logan 6 days before, and maybe it's coincidence that Logan's lawyers threatened me about this news story while suing me for the last.
The news story is threatening the news story was not coincidence, but the lawsuit probably was coincidence. They probably wrote that up and they were like, "Oh shit, he's gonna make another one." Good thing this got written up.
Story that I hadn't discussed in 6 months. But I don't think so. Either way, when someone threatens new reporting in a lawsuit about old reporting, the effect is the same. So, what was this new story? Well, it's partly about
we get the lore dump. We get the lore dump. Let's go.
Canadian law enforcement investigation, and it's partly about something I told Logan to help him. Yes, believe it or not, I tried to help Logan Paul. To explain,
I mean, we all try to assume the best in people. I'm one of them. Sadly.
Exposed. Logan said he was going to sue me, but got backlash. So he called me to apologize. He said he was wrong and wanted to make peace.
Bruh, that's some gaslighting type shit. I'ma sue you, motherfucker. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to act up for the cameras. My bad, bro.
Right. I made it clear refunds are the absolute right move going forward, and to my surprise, he agreed. 100%, man. We're on the same page. But we weren't. Logan now doesn't use the word refund. He calls this a buyback. But at the time, I need you to understand. I thought Logan was going to announce a full
What is a
refund,
buyback?
so I began trying to help him. And dare I say, I was even nice to the guy. You can see that I tried to offer people who might be able to trace blockchain damages to refund people. And in the same spirit, I made Logan aware of potential problems at a different company he co-owned, called Liquid Marketplace.
On a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace. It allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together.
We as a collective
fractionalized
co-own the
platform
card?
where Logan sold things like roughly half of a $5 million Pokemon card. The idea was you could buy tokens that represented partial ownership in rare collectibles.
But is that like... That just seems like it's in the same vein as an NFT, no? Like, is that not just, like, in the same... Like, what? That's like me getting a certificate saying I own part of the moon. It's like the same principle, right? How does that work? Like, you see, I have this piece of paper that says I own this much of this card. But do you have it with you? Well, no. Then I guess I just don't understand how it works. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm the dumb one.
That video, by the way, got 8 million views, and a lot of people bought into this platform.
I need to watch
The
that
problem
video.
was, I had heard troubling stories about this company, and I was trying to verify if the claims were true. So I had gone to the CEO, Ryan Bahadori, to ask him questions, but he kept dodging meetings. And I don't mean he refused meeting with me. I mean, we would set up meetings and then he did not show up.
That's tough.
So I was troubled. And I brought this
He
up
ghosted
to Logan.
you.
I figured if he's going to make one company right, make them all right. Otherwise, it might come back to bite him. I mean, can you imagine the disaster if another one of Logan Paul's co-founded companies was discovered to have scammed his fans? Hypothetically, that would be a very bad look.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, while he refunds CryptoZoo, Logan can push the CEO to talk with me, and I can figure out the truth. Maybe Logan can fix it if there's something wrong. And you can see Logan responds to me. He says, gonna push Ryan to talk to me. Again, appreciate it, man. Now, I don't hear back from Ryan or Logan about this,
That's
so
so sad.
after a while, I follow up again. I say,
Logan's too
"Let me
busy.
know if
Logan's too busy in WWE. Okay, that's understandable.
if Ryan plans on talking. A lot of nasty stories still out there about Liquid Marketplace, embezzlement, etc., and he's dodged meeting me already once. Now, obviously, the most shocking part of this is the word embezzlement. I need to make it clear. This is not an accusation. I am not accusing Logan Paul or Liquid Marketplace of wrongdoing. I brought it up in our texts because it is my job to investigate unverified claims. That's the whole point of me wanting to meet with the CEO.
True.
But I was stonewalled. Logan never replied, despite me reminding him again via email 5 months later that I wanted to talk to Ryan about, quote, embezzlement and, quote, potential fraud. Once again, not accusing anyone of wrongdoing, I'm simply doing my job at the time to chase down rumors and unverified claims. Without concrete proof, I would have never talked about any of this. But on June 19th, 2024, things changed because the Ontario Securities Commission revealed a Liquid Marketplace investigation where they accused Liquid Marketplace of being a multi-layered fraud, taking in $2.7 million from the sale of these fractionalized collectibles. The platform allegedly did not do exactly what it promised. Some of the blockchain tokens did not even mint. But even worse was the allegation that approximately $3 million was misappropriated from $10 million they raised of investor funds. This is a very similar claim to the one I had tried to verify. Ryan Bahadori, the guy I tried to speak to, was accused of making hidden payments to shell corporations without any legitimate business purpose, as were 2 other of the founders. And Ryan was accused of, quote,
oh, his name is Ryan too!
To buy high-end fashion, expensive jewelry and watches, personal health and luxury spa services. If only there was someone who could have investigated this sooner. Now, it is really important to say Logan Paul is not accused by the OSC. Only 3 of his co-founders and his company is. But given the history, I had questions. After all, Logan's promotional video about Liquid Marketplace is still up. And the reason many people cared about Liquid Marketplace at all was arguably Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So, here were my questions. And as I read this, it's important to correct. I say Liquid Marketplace got accused of embezzlement. Technically, the OSC alleged misappropriation of funds. Those are similar. They're not the same. So I wanted to correct that. But here's what I asked. Quote, did you take any action on hearing these allegations over a year ago? Did you get approached by the Ontario Securities Commission? And is it true that Liquid Marketplace lied about their claims of insurance, appraisals, and co-ownership as the Ontario Securities Commission alleges? You can see I gave him 24 hours to respond on June 26th at 2:03 p.m. And I was promptly sued June 27th at 11:28 a.m. with roughly 3 hours to spare. Now I want to be clear.
Nice.
I don't know the answers to the questions I sent. Maybe Logan secretly whistleblew to the OSC when I first went to him. I don't know. That's why you ask questions as a reporter. But now the story is not about those questions. It's about why I was sued immediately after asking them and threatened if I reported about Liquid Marketplace in a way they didn't like. This is not how I wanted this story to come out because there's still so much we don't know and so much I can't say now for legal reasons. Maybe Logan's totally innocent. Maybe he surrounded himself with scumbags who defrauded his fans. Maybe he'll do a refund for this project. I don't know because I never got the chance to find out. I tried to investigate, but I was stonewalled and sued when I asked questions. Make no mistake though, this investigation is still ongoing, and you can reach me at the email below if you were affected. I will release my full investigation when it's appropriate because even if Logan doesn't want to answer questions, it doesn't mean I have to stop asking them. So in summary, Logan's lawsuit is not about my original reporting into CryptoZoo. Even if you take this lawsuit on its own without context, it's an argument over Logan not refunding victims in full. It's Logan insisting he's not to blame. It's all his business partner's fault. But I don't think that aligns with the publicly known facts. That's my opinion. For years, Logan has controlled CryptoZoo, and yet the game is still not out. Logan is now blaming the government for that instead of himself.
The
He
government?
also blames me for losing his good reputation, but
That's
you can't
tough.
lose something you never had. Not to mention, Logan is arguably richer than ever, and he's on the record finding my reporting thorough and good-hearted. So this defamation lawsuit feels frivolous even on the surface. But if you dig deeper, there's an even more compelling story, which I personally believe, where the goal is to crush new investigations while taking revenge on old ones. In this version, Logan might not even care about winning. Legal battles are expensive, and in the world of money, he's got me beat. So he can try to silence me by weaponizing the law. He can sue me for doing my job. He can sue me for asking questions, and he can sue me for asking for refunds. But it's going to backfire, because I think it reveals Logan as a bully rather than someone who's truly sorry. Because Logan may be a master at convincing people he's changed, but I'm convinced it's the follow-through where things go wrong. You know, the actually changing part. There was a time where even I believed Logan was going to fully refund victims. That's why I was so nice to him and tried to help despite him threatening to sue me. But when it came time to pay up, Logan chose a minority refund and to fight the rest of the victims in court who wanted their money.
That's
And when
so
I
sad.
complained about that, Logan went from sorries and thank yous to lawyers and I'm suing you real quick. The irony is, it was that same initial belief in Logan's capacity to change that also made me bring up Liquid Marketplace to help stop potential problems. And yet here we are. The company is now accused of being a multi-layered fraud by the OSC, and the CEO, who I tried to talk to multiple times, is alleged to have misappropriated money. This is despite
Ryan,
me
by
trying
the
to
way,
talk to
Ryan
Logan
named.
directly many times as he asked.
Maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me, personally. Not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steven.
Well, I did try to reach out personally, and I got sued and threatened a day later. That, I think, says a lot about Logan's supposed change and his belief in accountability. Maybe the person he really believes in accountability for is not himself, but me. Specifically, when I try to get accountability from him. If you want to support this lawsuit, the best way is coffeezilla.store. You have 14 days. Or you can support on Patreon. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.
That's tough. Oh, 07 Coffeezilla. Fight on, brother. I won't buy anything, but I'll support you in spirit. I'm too poor. I just don't understand. Just pay the people back, and not run a scam. I don't think it's that difficult. God damn. Bro has enough money to buy 5 lawyers, but not enough money to pay back his victims. That's tough. He does have the perfect skill set to become an American politician. I'm not even going to lie, he does. Straight up. It's kind of goated on the sticks. Yeah. Aiden Ross interviewed Donald Trump today. on stream. That's actually lit. Imagine back when, like, back in like 2008, and you were asked, and a streamer or a YouTuber interviewed Barack Obama. That's wild. That's crazy. But imagine as a streamer interviewing a former president, and a presidential nominee. That's crazy, bro. Unironically cool. Not gonna lie. I have my munchies. Anyway, that was the YouTube drama that I got for today. I've been seeing this meme everywhere. It's actually a pretty funny meme. Just because of the accent.
I'm about to make a name. You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Woo! Maybe my name for myself.
Yeah. You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Woo! I'm about to make a name for myself here.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo! I'm about to make a name for myself here. You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo! I'm about to make a name for myself here. You know how long.
This is funny. I love you too.
Love.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I have the munchies, I'm hungry, and I need to go to bed. Interesting stream though. Good night. It was an interesting stream. I wish I had more planned. I'll probably make a video about this, to be honest. Unless something else catches my eye. Yeah, one in the stream. Good night.